The vast plains, towering mountains, and wide rivers of North America have been home to humans for thousands of years. But these lands stand out not only for their natural beauty, but also for the rich cultural heritage of the people who live there. Throughout history, indigenous peoples have built a deep and complex cultural heritage by living in harmony with nature. But who are these indigenous peoples? Where did they come from, and how did they survive on these vast lands? The story of the indigenous peoples take us back to a time when this continent existed in isolation from the rest of the world for thousands of years. If we close our eyes and journey back in time, we find ourselves in a world filled with great hunting expeditions, gatherings around fires, and the echoes of nature's every sound. This is the world of the indigenous peoples. Native American. The origin of Native Americans traces back to the peoples who migrated from Asia to the Americas via the Bering Strait. This great migration, which began around 15,000 years ago, is considered one of the most significant movements in human history. Over time, these people spread across various regions of the Americas, developing different cultures, languages, and traditions. These peoples adapted to the harsh conditions of nature, evolving into communities that thrived on hunting, gathering, and agriculture. Their lifestyles varied based on the climate and geography of the regions they inhabited. While the Inuit people in the north hunted whales and seals in ice-covered lands, the Pueblo people in the south survived by farming in the desert climate. This diversity became one of the most remarkable characteristics of Native American culture. The lifestyle of Native American communities was deeply rooted in their connection to nature. Nature was not merely a resource for them, but a sacred entity. They believed that every tree, every animal, and even every stone had a spirit. This belief permeated every aspect of their daily lives. For example, tribes like the Sioux and Cheyenne, who lived on the Great Plains, were famous for their buffalo hunting. The buffalo was a critical element of survival for these people. They used the buffalo's hide for clothing, its meat for food, and its bones for tools. However, they never failed to offer thanks to nature for every animal they hunted, as each one was considered a gift. Native Americans had great respect for the cycles of nature. Tribal chiefs and shamans observed the weather and guided their people based on seasonal changes. Cultural elements like totems, rituals, and dances were integral to this connection with nature. The spiritual world of Native Americans was rich with diverse beliefs. Each tribe had its own unique gods and spirits. Shamans were regarded as individuals who could communicate with this spiritual realm. They served as spiritual guides, playing a crucial role in everything from healing the sick to making prophecies before battles. Totems were of great significance to many Native American communities. Each totem represented the guardian spirit of a tribe or individual. For example, a tribe might consider the eagle totem sacred, viewing the eagle soaring in the sky as a symbol of courage and freedom. This deep respect for the natural world also influenced relations between tribes. While conflicts did occur, many tribes sought peace and agreements to avoid disrupting nature's balance. The story of Native Americans takes a tragic turn with the arrival of European explorers in the 15th century. This marked the beginning of a new era for Native Americans, one that brought great destruction. Diseases brought by Europeans, such as smallpox, decimated large portions of the Native American population. These diseases were previously unknown in the Americas, and Native Americans had no immunity against them. In addition to the devastating impact of diseases, conflicts with Europeans further weakened the native populations. Europeans also sought to seize Native American lands and impose slavery on the indigenous people. Many tribes were displaced, and their traditions and cultural heritage were erased. Yet, the resistance of Native Americans never truly ended. The resistance of Native Americans against European settlers is one of the most unforgettable moments in history. Many tribes fought fiercely to protect their lands and ways of life. Leaders like Geronimo of the Apache, Sitting Bull, and Crazy Horse of the Sioux became symbols of this resistance. These leaders were not just symbols of physical resistance, but also spiritual defiance. For them, the land was not merely a place to live. It was a sacred space where the spirits of their ancestors resided. Despite their fierce resistance, most Native American tribes were eventually defeated and confined to reservations. Today, despite the hardships they faced in the past, Native American peoples are making great efforts to revive their cultures. Modern Native Americans are working hard to preserve their traditions, languages, and beliefs. They carry the pain of the past while striving to protect their identity in the modern world. Native American culture is once again coming to life in areas such as music, art, literature, and film. Communities living on reservations organize schools, museums, and cultural events to pass their heritage on to younger generations. The history of Native Americans is the story of a people with a deep connection to nature and a rich cultural heritage. They were the true custodians of this continent for thousands of years, but they faced immense challenges under the pressure of external forces. Today, the struggle and resistance of Native American people stand as one of the most poignant chapters in human history. The story of Native Americans is not just a legend from the past, but also a tale of resistance and cultural rebirth that continues to this day. Their legacy serves as a reminder to the modern world of the power of nature and the human spirit.